All right. Did y'all hear that music? And I was back here like,
Me too,
yes, welcome to the iShine podcast. I am your host,
girl.
Angela Lewis, A Love. I am here with my girl, one of my favorite people, baby. I'm with the real one, Dior Luxe Queen Honey Bee herself.
Hello.
Listen, I want y'all to get on your P's and Q's, hit the share button, send it to your mama and them, let your grandmama and them know, baby, because they want to hear the truth about the honey. Listen, Dior is here to give us the scoop, the 411, what we need to know about being healthy, how honey can help it, and how she has developed her own premium luxury brand. Listen, it does not get any better than that. So I'm gonna give y'all just a little second or two, to do what you do. But I want y'all to share the broadcast because this is some rich. Y'all know honey is rich, right? Get y'all that rich gems that she's gonna be dropping. I'm telling y'all, this is not anything you want to miss. But Dior, how are you, gorgeous?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for having me on. How are you?
Fantastic. Listen, I'm so excited because I already know what the people getting ready to get. I already know what they need to be tuned into, what they need to be excited about. So I'm just right here myself sharing something out so people can see what is really going on so they know the truth about the honey and what you
Yes.
bringing to the table. So y'all come on through. I'm just going to give a little teach about, Dior and let her kind of finish it up because I already told her that what's on here is really minimal compared to what she does, right? So I'm just going to give you a little bit of walking in your truth, honey. Honey Dior, Luxe Queen Honey Bee. She's a phenomenal entrepreneur, best-selling co-author, and urban female beekeeper. Listen, who y'all know out here keeping bees? Who y'all know here got their own bee farm? Girl, somebody came on talking about whoop, whoop, absolutely. Thank you, Swag Hurt Magazine. They said, come on and like and share this broadcast. That's what I'm talking about. Happy birthday, Jarmel. Thank you so much for sharing. Listen, the truth about the honey. Listen, she is the CEO of Truth Honey, located in Fairburn, Georgia. Truth Honey is a new line of pure, natural, and an elegant brand of honey. Oh, girl, don't you like how this sounds? Just elegant. Elegance is dripping. Look, it's dripping all over the place, right? I love it. The company was created due to a lack of honey variety, limited flavors, and the image and health awareness in local stores and markets. Unlike traditional honey sold in plastic bottles, Truth Honey is sold in unique multi-use glass bottles. They came in and changed the game. Look at the packaging, y'all. I just listen. The luxury glass bottle design is safer for food storage while using glass and corks. It's a healthier, eco-friendly option to encourage customers to display the honey in their kitchen area or their dining room setting.
Yeah.
Yes, they said after starting Truth Honey, they realized there was a need in the community to empower individuals to be healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually, along with giving the communities tools on how to obtain entrepreneurship and sustainability. Honey Dior is highly sought after for her expertise in health and wellness, motivational speaking, and her elegant brand of honey. She out here talking about, listen, the leading expert of the premium packaging, luxury branding, customer loyalty, as well as online direct to customer retail business. Oh, she's been featured in Forbes, New York Times, Union Style, Blueprint Magazine, Connect 365 Magazine, honey, recently Voyage ATL. We're going to go on, but I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to let the Queen Lux tell you herself, Dior.
Yes.
What the people all about you?
Well, you just really, summed it up in a nutshell.
That was just the tip of the iceberg. I need the people to
Just a
know what's
little bit.
really going on.
So first, giving all honor to God, because without him, nothing is possible. And so I always say that because when we started, like when my brother brought the idea to me. We started, and our first launch was at my dad's church. See, a lot of people don't know like exactly where we started. And so we started at his church, and we was clearing the land, we was growing the vegetables, and his ministry is Bountiful Blessings Ministries. And so to sow our seed, we did our first launch at Bountiful Blessings Church Ministries. And from there, we have been continually being blessed beyond measures. And of course, being in the community, we want to give back to the community, because a lot of times people aren't aware of the benefits of honey. Like for a long time, we've always thought, oh, I could put the honey in my tea. Oh, I could put the honey in my tea. That's pretty much what people really use the honey for. Instead of knowing that it's an antioxidant for the body. If you think back in Egypt, that's when they use a lot of the honey. Honey is sweet, and I think about how we started when we was telling people about our different honeys and the different flavors, and everybody was like, oh no, we just want regular honey. And so I had my bad accident. Like I had two back to back. I always tell people, this is really what kind of catapulted us into walking into our different truth. My brother truth was he was out on the land and they were turning over the land, but they were doing it by hand. This guy drove by and was like, what are y'all doing out here? And so they came out and turned the land over for us. So we were able to, farm and grow the vegetables and then go from there. And so we was getting ready to launch, go into this Buckhead gift shop. And so the first thing is I had an accident the first day. It wasn't as bad. It was just like a bumper, and then you get news of your health because you like, what? They were saying all kinds of stuff, And then the next day I said, okay, I'm not going to stop because it's a reason why we are launching. It's a reason. And so the next day I took my son to school, and then on the way back, I don't know. I think the medicine from the day before was still in my system. And so I was up late. We was working. I'm talking about we had the whole team in there. I mean, we was getting bottles prepped. Like we was doing everything because mind you, this was a major launch. I'm going to take my bracelet off because it's doing a lot of click clacking. So it was a major launch. And then so I fell asleep at the wheel on the way back of dropping my son off. Fell asleep. Went off the embankment, airborne into the tree. Now, here's the thing about the accident. So I don't really go into it until it's time. So here's the thing. I'm in the car, right? But as I awaken, it's like this bright, like, I don't know, it's just this bright light. And it was like a time of peace. So, a lot of times people don't think that it's really you seeing the light, but it really was like a beautiful bright light. And as I'm here, most times when you're going into that phase, it's like, oh, wait a minute, am I still gonna be here? So I was just like, okay, God, it's not my time now because I know I got some more work to do. You start saying,
right.
Look, wait a minute,
I'm not done.
Listen. And so, as I said that though, but I was at peace. Like I don't know how to really just explain it, but I know that I was at peace, and it wasn't like you be in Exodus, you just be frantic and irate and just like, oh my God. I promise you, it was none of that. And anyway, so and I was like, okay, God, now I don't know why I'm having this, but I need you to, let me know because it's a reason behind everything. And so I had the accident. Next thing I know, I put my arms up because I'm landing into the tree because I was like, okay, God, I know it's not my time. I know I got some work to do out here. So okay, went into the tree. From there, I know nobody was on the road with me, right? But as I come to, because the airbag comes out, and I happen to look, and I'm down in the embankment. As I'm looking up, I see this guy, right, standing at the top of the hill. And I'm just like, the eyes were so piercing. I'm like, I know this has to be my guardian angel because First of all, I don't even know. All I do know is this. I was, the lady said she heard me screaming. I got out. All I know is this guy reached down, picked me up, and I'm at the top of the hill, right? And I'm
What?
sitting here like, I don't see no truck. I don't see nothing. All I know is I'm out of this embankment. I know I can't climb up this.
Right.
I can't climb up this. But by the time I'm here, I'm still, now the ambulance is here and they're rushing me to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, my brother says, as they take me all of, now I'm on a stretcher because it was a really bad accident. It was like, nah, she can't. It's okay.
But
So
God.
they said, my brother's like, I'm not going. I said, listen, look, the thing on my neck, right? I'm like, listen, I'm still here. We still have something to do.
Yeah.
We got to walk in our truth. Go do it. Like, go. We're okay. I said, call whoever you got to call, but you still need to go. And he looked, he was like, what? I was like, Reggie, go. He went. And from there, like, I still was moving. Now, mind you, the doctors was putting me on like 45. I was telling people this 45 different medications, right? And I asked God, I said, okay, God. Now I'm really having a hard time because I've launched this business. My brother and I have, poured into it. And I'm like, okay, I have no energy. They say I have a blood clot on my upper respiratory lung. They're talking about nodules on my thyroid. Now I got nerve pain. Girl, when I tell you the whole body was breaking down, right?
You say,
But everybody was taking the honey and drinking the doing all the stuff and they feeling good, right? And so for me, but when you go through certain things and God is trying to tell you things, see that this is the thing. God will break you all the way down when it's time to know what he's trying to tell you. So we could be out we could be doing our own thing. And that's the thing, a lot of times we do our own thing and it's not the path that God is trying to put us on. So like he creates the plan, right? It's our duty to master the plan that he created for us. Okay. So here I am and I'm like, man, I'm going downhill, but I'm still doing events, right? Nobody knows that I've done this or been through this. I'm just here. I'm just still moving. I have enough energy to do an event and go back home because I know I have to show up. Right. And so one day I was just sitting at the table and I'm sitting at the table, right? And I have turmeric honey. Everybody always, you're going to always see me with a jar of turmeric honey. Like that's my signature honey, period. And I'm sitting around like all these different little bottles sitting on the table. And I said, okay, God, now I'm not taking this medicine. My body's rejecting it. I have no energy. What is it that you need me? At this point, you get in that quiet place because now I need to understand where is my path? What is my journey? What am I here? What do I need to give the people? Because it's something that I need to get from this, right?
Right.
And so as I began, I called my brother and I told him, I said, look, man, I don't have no energy. Like, I don't have nothing. So he created the pure stamina, right? And so as he created, he gave me the recipe and he was like, I said, oh, it's so earthy. Like, what am I do with this? Like, people are not gonna buy this. And so I added, the flavor and the honey and all that. So then the Lord gave me the Rejuvenate Wellness Drink. And here's the thing, the name of it is Rejuvenate. The reason why is because it rejuvenated my body. And so as I began, because it had turmeric, ginger, alkaline water, all the things that God has given us in the earth to put into our system, right? He's given us the things of the earth. Why are we not using it, right? That's the whole thing about health and wellness. We're so busy putting medicines and different things in our system. But again, there's a side effect on top of another side effect on top of another side effect on top of another side effect, right? So it's like, why am I taking this again if this is going to create all of this other stuff? And so that was my biggest issue when it came to this. But my truth is I had to walk in it and understand that God gave me this for a reason. He told me, now you are giving this to everybody else. You must believe in your own product. When you believe in it, then you can see a change in what's going on in your life. And so, of course, I do a lot of research, holistic, all of that good stuff. And
Mhm.
so, as I was beginning to take the turmeric, turmeric heals inflammation,
Yeah.
digestion, nerve
Right.
pain,
Right.
headaches, and then ginger, and so if you take turmeric in the morning, it gives you energy. And if you drink ginger at night, it helps relax your body, and it helps, on top of that, honey doesn't have a shelf life. So now you're getting all of these antioxidants in one whole package. Now
Wow.
you put it into your body. But what I had to learn is I had to detoxify my liver. See, a lot. Here we go. I always talk about this detox.
Wait a minute. Let me put a pause in here and say, listen, for those of you who don't know, Dior was she is being recognized for excellence in health at the SheEO conference this weekend. And so that's why we're really here to talk about what she does and the benefits of honey. And so for those of you who were wondering, oh, well, why did she get chosen for excellence in health? This is why, because she's breaking down the benefit. Come on and tell us about all these different holistic treatments and how honey can help us with that.
Right. And so I was again, so like, you got your turmeric, ginger, and it's just all of these different components.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I realized was, as we begin to tell the community, people already had you in this box of what a
Mm-hmm.
beekeeper is
Mm-hmm.
supposed to look like. And I think about this when I heard, I think it was Denzel Washington say, it's like 9 dots, right? And
Mm-hmm.
in order to create the lines to connect all the dots, you have to go outside the box to create and connect the dots. So a
Wow.
lot of times people want to put you in this box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just here because you don't know any better, you can't do any better. And so as I
Mm-hmm.
began to talk to people, and people, you'd be like, oh honey, this right? So for me, it was, once my body healed off of the honey and the turmeric and the rejuvenating, the pure stamina, because the pure stamina has beets and carrots and
Mm.
cherries. And so beets, of course, for those that are anemic, it thickens your blood. So right, it increase your blood flow, but it also detoxify your liver. And so that's what I had to do, because we had all these impurities
You
going
better
on in
tell
the
me what
system.
Look, come on, Dr. Lux.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's such good education because sometimes people are so. One of the comments was that the hospital, what they say, let me find it. The way the hospital gives you all these different medicines is pure ridiculous.
Right.
And then it's so right, holistic medicine is all the holistic medicine all the way. The thing about it is, for so many of us, you don't even know what does what to
You
even try
don't.
it. So who knew that beets can detoxify the liver? And so,
Right.
like you said, you needed to do that first in order to start taking all the other things to get that cleanse to go on.
Exactly. And see, so we did. So the beets, the cherry, and the carrots. Carrots is good for eyesight, right?
Mhm.
But also because of the increase of your blood flow, is going to give you energy. So mind you, I didn't have energy, and I was just like, oh, and I was. Let me tell you, I was working. So here's another thing, too. I was working another corporate job, right?
Mhm.
And the thing about that was, I was working the corporate job, and then I was working my corporate job. So I
Right.
used to say, oh, I got this corporate job. And my brother would be like, but you got a corporation too. So you got
Mhm.
to think about this now. And so I would work hard. I'm talking about, I would bring my work everywhere. Like I got it on my laptop, I got it on my phone. But here it
Mhm.
is, right? I'm doing all this work for somebody else, not my
Right.
business, right? And so I believe that sometimes when you don't take those steps out on faith, now I'm not telling anybody, listen, I'm not telling anybody to leave your job. I'm not telling anybody to do, all of this, because at the end of the day, you have to know what is right for you and what's the best step. But what I will say is, if you see the red flags, right, and if you already know what you need to do, take that leap, because God will bless you the way you need to be blessed when you take that leap. So one thing to have faith, right? But faith without works is dead, because we're not putting the actions into what we're doing. And
Right.
so because I didn't move when I was supposed to move, right?
Mm.
God allowed something to come, and then it moved me on out. Now, yeah, I got laid off, of course, right? But at the end of the day, if I didn't have this, I'll still be there, and we still wouldn't have what we see now, right? But
Yeah.
it was my time. And so when it's
Mhm.
your time, you move when it's your time. Because guess what? Like I say, inhale, exhale is just a season. So when it's your season, seasons come and go, but you got to know, hey, this is my season. It's my time. Like you say, iShine magazine, it's your time to shine.
It's
Like
our time. Yes.
you have to know that. And so my brother used to always say, oh, you like work for other people, you like this and that. And mind you, the minute that happened, right, and I got laid off, I'm talking about laid off, right? And I don't even really know why I got laid off. I just think, I mean, you just because I'm like, what? You know,
Mhm.
anyway, so I got laid off, and then next thing I know, I got a phone call. And they was like, oh, I need you to be here. I think it was, matter of fact, it was Step Stewart. He said, I'm doing the Christmas show and I need honey for my singers. I said, oh, okay. So we did it, we met and we talked, and he
Mhm.
was like, I just love your presentation. I love your honey. It tastes good. Can you just be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks? I got 2 shows, 3 shows, all this. And so I didn't miss a beat. When I tell you,
Come on, guys.
I did not miss a beat. And then I'm just talking about the blessings, because when you walk in your truth and you speak your truth and you know your truth, then God will begin to open up the doors that you wouldn't even think would be open, right? And so
Yes.
all of this is because, but the first thing was I had to get myself mentally healthy, right?
Mhm.
Not just
Right.
physically, but mentally and spiritually ready for my blessings. Because it's one thing to say, oh, we want this, we want that, we want to be here, we want to be there. But if you're not ready, it's not going to happen, right? And
Yeah.
so a lot of times we try to move before God moves. And
Yeah.
so I was just like, I was just outdone, because I'm like, wow. And so then I met this other lady. It was so funny. I met this other female. And today we're really good friends. And so she said, oh, this is honey. She said, okay, can you hold this for me? I said, sure. And she was like, she bought the honey and she was like, you'll be hearing from me, right?
Mhm.
And so I think it was going into like the holidays. This was like years back. And so I was like, okay, God, money looking thin, it's looking a little,
Right. Right. Right.
funny now.
You said you said the paychecks ain't coming in.
Right,
Then. Come
right. You
on
like,
now.
wait a minute now. What am I gonna do? So and then I heard these words, do you trust me? I said, okay. I said, because I got that, you got to get in that prayer closet. You got to pray and ask the Lord for these things, right? But
Yeah.
you can't pray and ask for it and then waver. And once
Come
you waver, it's
on.
like,
Yeah. That's a whole word right there. You gotta trust. You can't be over here. Look, lukewarm.
right. And so I just left it. And so all of a sudden, this same person that said, I'm gonna be calling you, right? She called me, and I don't know. When I tell you, it was like a large order for I don't even know who these people were she was sending it to. I didn't even know that she was working for various celebrities, and like she was just like,
Right.
I just need to give all these people. And I was like, what? And so as she was giving me these names and addresses, I said, wait a minute. She was like, now I just need you to send these all out to everybody. And I said, okay. And so I was just like, man, all I had to do is just really trust, you know what I'm saying? And step out on faith that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I've been walking in my truth ever since,
That's good.
And so, of course, you got to spiritually get yourself together,
Mhm.
physically as well. But I just know that I always knew that if I am going to have this product, I have to
Mhm.
believe in my product, right? I have
Oh,
to look healthy. So it's one thing to be up, and I was just talking, and you know how you talk about health, and this is so funny because I look back at my pictures and I was like, I'm talking about major events and a lot of people. And I'm talking about health. But as I looked at myself, I said, I don't even look like I should be talking about health to nobody. Like I don't
right,
even look
right,
the part. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And so at that point, I knew that if I'm going to be speaking about health, if I'm going to be telling other people, they need to see what the benefits is as they see me, as they see my team, as they see, what we're talking about. And so from there, I just knew that I was determined to tell everybody about the benefits of health. And so that's how we got into the schools doing agriculture and sustainability, and we wanted to teach the kids about entrepreneurship. So we
Yeah.
always seeing different things, but they always had their mind set on what a beekeeper is to look like. And so when we came in, they was just like, black beekeeper,
Beekeeper, look, beekeeper.
like what? And so
Where?
when they see us, right, and we have on our truth shirts and we got all these fancy bottles, they're just like, what? And I told them, I said, here is son, look, hold on, my son phone ring. And I said, here is, I promise you that thing is so loud, ain't it? So I said, here is what you can look forward to. You don't always have to fit in the box. If we fit it in the box, every time somebody said, turn your R forward, oh, you don't look organic, oh, you look like this, then we really wouldn't stand out. And the purpose is to stand out, right?
Yes.
That's what you want to do. I mean,
To separate yourself from the crowd.
Yeah.
Which is key, because for you, what you
Right.
guys have done in talking about Truth Honey is utilize the name with the backwards R that's
Right.
different. So share with everybody, because not only are you a beekeeper and you have changed what the face of that looks like,
Mhm.
but now you have even transitioned how you market your product.
Yes.
And so I love that with the premium luxe branding. Share with everybody how that came about and why you felt it necessary to move in that direction.
Okay, so now my brother would say, he would tell you the R stands for Reggie, right? Okay, we just gonna put that out the way because that's
We're gonna go let him have that. We're gonna go
right.
let
We're
him
just gonna let him have that, right? But when it comes to branding, I'm really big on marketing and branding,
right.
Because I feel like you are the billboard. And if I always ask this question, if you was to see yourself out, would you talk to your representative? If you was to see yourself now, would you like what you see? And so for me, it was almost like we got to stand out. And so my brother was like, as we was doing Truth Honey, and mind you, we did Truth, and he was like, let's turn the R backwards. And I said, that'd be great, because now it's a conversation piece. Now you also know that truth is in the Bible, okay? And the word of the Lord is the truth, and you speak the truth. So we got, it's a whole
We got some multi layers going on.
it's a multi-layers, right? And so even if you go to the Hebrew language and the R is backwards, it means a lot. Okay, so
you getting deep with it.
right. I try to do just a little something, just a little snippet now, but
Just a little
just a little bit. But when we did that, people would say, well, why do you have the R backwards? Well, tell us about truth. And so that is a conversation piece now to say, oh, well, truth is an elegant brand of honey. Well, let me tell you about the honey. Well, what kind of honey you do? Well, what is, and so now here we are. And so, but it stands out. And so that's what when you're branding, you want to stand out. You need to know your comps in the area, your competition. You need to know, like, what are they doing and why are you different? Because mind you, there are so many brands of honey on the market, if you think about it. Right. But there's no brand like Truth Honey. And see, that's the difference. And so that's why we just kind of like, took the storm by market. And we're urban beekeepers, right? It's a lot of urban beekeepers, but there isn't a lot that is trying to do it as we are, right? And so my thing is, when we market, we're going to go to next level marketing, because we believe in our product. When you believe in your own product, everybody else will believe in your product too. So not only does it taste good, so it's the thing, we talking now, and now you want to taste it. And so once you taste it, now here we are. Okay, everybody's buying it. Now it's word of mouth. Now it's, wait a minute, what's the benefits of it? And so a lot of people say, oh, do you have original honey? And I say, so the purpose of our honey is to help the human body. And so after we start talking about the turmeric and the lemon ginger, and then you have a bourbon for hot toddies, and then you have all of that original honey goes all the way out the window because now the peppermint honey. So peppermint is good for allergies and asthma, and it help you to breathe. So a lot of people didn't know that, and so that's why we do peppermint honey.
Listen to Dior dropping. I'm telling you, this is the epitome of when you're talking about health and the benefits. That's why you're getting the Excellence in Health Award, because the information that you're getting is not only just because I know most people have heard benefits of honey, especially in helping you sleep. But the beauty is that not only are y'all taking the honey, but you're talking about other things that can be added with it. So it's like a very good merger or collaboration where you can take the turmeric with it and help with the inflammation, where you can take the peppermint, and help with the breathing and all of that. And those are things, like you said, the carrot with the eyesight, the beets with the liver detoxification. So when you start seeing all these different things, you guys have taken a concept and built it out to make a strong brand, a strong foundation. But even with that, you've upped the game because you've made it a premium brand.
Yes. But let me tell you about that premium brand.
Come on and tell the people, baby, what they need to hear.
And you're too much. So the premium brand is, so we have our honey bourbon. Of course, it's aged bourbon. So a lot of times, so it can go more than one way. It can be fun. It can be healthy as well. And then of course, because it does hot toddies and it helps get the cold out your system. But then you can also put it in your oatmeal and your ice cream, and you can do it over your fruit and vegetable. I mean, you can just give it a whole different little taste. Okay. So you have your honey.
Listen to the switch up.
Right. So then you have a honey white rum, right? And so that is really good because now let me tell you this. Monica Kaufman Pearson uses our honey bourbon in her rumbo yams. That's featured on the Barry Vera show. So she has taken that to like a whole new level with the honey bourbon, and it's really good actually. And that's going to be featured on our website.
With the recipe, I love that.
And that's going to be featured on our website too. And so then we have we have honey liqueurs. And so let me tell you about the honey liqueurs, because a lot of times, you got people that drink. And so when you drink, though, it gives you like this hangover and you just feel so sick, right? So what we didn't want that effect on people. So when we do our honey liqueurs, and it has a honey in it, it's handcrafted with love, it's smooth, and you don't have the after effects. Okay. But you know why? It's because the honey is in there, and then it doesn't go bad. It doesn't have a shelf life, and it ages over time. And so that's the difference between our honey liqueurs, and that's why we call it a honey liqueur and not alcohol or beer or.
Baby, they bougie. Y'all hear that? That honey liqueur. There's no.
And so that's how we get now. You see, and that's how we do our the Truth Atlanta Mimosa. See, and so we do the orange ginger spice.
Baby, listen, the Atlanta Mimosa. Dior has partnered with Coach P. Angela Jones, with her mimosas, the Morning Dew mimosas. So the Atlantan is the best of both worlds. And if you haven't tried it, oh my God, you need to get with it. But the beauty, what I'm seeing, Dior, not only, and listen, look, speaking of, look, hey, my gorgeous friend. Hey, that's when you speak about the Morning Dew mimosa. She came right on in.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. I got somebody else saying, honey, they're going to be definitely supporting your business. It's a beautiful thing to not only be an urban beekeeper,
right?
It's not what we're used to.
No.
To be able to put a product together that has not only tastes good, but has health benefits.
Yes.
Which is beautiful.
That's
to be able to say that, you're talking about a marketing strategy of turning the R around, so that now it's a conversation piece that gets people into finding more about what your product represents. to be able to talk about, how y'all bottle it. So now it's not in the plastic, but it's in glass bottles, because
Ah,
that helps to be able to keep that shelf life going, but it
right.
preserves the taste. It
It
does so
does.
many other things. But
Mm-hmm.
then you talk about not only that, but y'all give back to the children in school and help them have an identity and help them to
Yes.
see the possibilities of being something more than what people expect them to be,
That's it.
outside of the box. But then
Mm-hmm.
you come on back here, because Beyonce said the truth and lantern, what you need in your life. Yes, it is. Now you're talking about collaboration. So you mentioned
Right.
the Morning Dew Mimosa. You mentioned Monica Kaufman doing
Mm-hmm.
her herb recipe with,
Rumbo, yes. Uh-huh.
yes. So it's like so many things that I think sometimes people limit what they do because they only see it at surface level. You
Right.
look at what you've done, and you have just opened up so many opportunities and possibilities,
Right.
not only for what you do for Truth Honey,
Mm-hmm.
but bringing in other businesses that can, further the brand and
That's
even
it.
and give additional exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
And
you
let
better
me
come on with the marketing branding genius 101.
so, and my thing is like, it's just so much more. I feel like a lot of times when we were coming up, it was always that mentality of oh, she thinks she's better, oh, she's that, oh, she's this. My thing is, it's enough for all of us to eat, right? So why not just help the next person that is willing and want your help? So that's the thing. People didn't really help like that with us. We
Mhm.
just went in and we did it, because we were confident in what we were doing. But those that need the experience and the help, I'm like, hey, look, let me drop these gems real quick. And now you're gonna take these gems or you're not. And if you're not, then that's on you. But I'm gonna keep going because I know that we are creating a path for our future. And when our future, I mean in like our kids. And so my son is like, he's all in. He will sell you honey up and down. And
Baby, what he said, because honey, he understands the assignment.
right. And he'd be like,
Get you some
did you go to
honey.
my mom's table?
Get you some honey. But I'm gonna tell you this, Dior. What I want you all to make sure you go and follow Dior on her page, Truth Honey Dior.
Mm-hmm.
She does now Wednesday Words of Wisdom. And what you did 6 days ago, you
Mm-hmm.
said, we create the world that we live and speak. Everything we know and understand is the direct outcome of someone's success story. Everything we enjoy and utilize is a result of someone succeeding with their idea. How
Mm-hmm.
many more success stories would you need to see and hear about before you finally make your own? That sums it up of what you just said about,
Right.
number one, being open and willing to not keep what you have to yourself, which is why God
Right.
gives you the favor that he's giving you. But you can only give people so much. Either they're going to embrace it and run with it,
Or
or
they're
they're
not.
going to just sit on it. And then at that point, that's on them. But again, somebody else said, favor, which you mentioned earlier, God will bless you in the leap.
Yes.
To you have to be able to see that people have successes for reasons, and it's for
Right.
you to see what their success is, learn
Right.
from it, and then you run.
And then you create your own. Because I feel like the thing is, when you are watching other people's success story, right?
Mhm.
Are you happy for them, or are you happy but then you like, well, dog, when is it my time? And so my thing is, genuinely be happy for the next person, because you never know. And I talked to my girlfriend, she always say it takes one person to change your life forever, and
Right.
it really does. Because like, I never forget. And I talk to Piangela all the time, and so when I met her, I went to her and I said, oh, this mimosa is so good, girl. I said, let's mix the two, whatever. And so I sat down with my sister and I said, girl, I said, I could do something with this mimosa. I said, let me go back up here and talk to her, right?
Right,
And so
right.
I was like, girl, where's your card? And I was like, I'm going to call you. I said, I'm going to call you. She was like,
Mhm.
okay, girl. She probably thought, she ain't going to call me.
She ain't gonna call. Look,
So I go, look, I text, I said, hey, girl, I need like a gallon or whatever. She gave me this big old container of the mimosa, the mix. And I said, well, I'm going to work it. And we talked maybe for about an hour or two that day when she met. And I said, I got something for you. And I was just dropping little gems here and there. I was just like, girl, do this, do this. She was like, I didn't know. I said, girl, don't worry about it. Just do it. Because it's going to be good. And so afterwards, and I took the mimosa. I was like, oh man, I think I was in. I always call it my lab. I was in the lab for maybe like, I think a good hour and a half, maybe
Come
2
on, lab.
hours trying to mix this thing. And I said, when we came to it, I told her, I said, I don't care how you market it, how you want to do it. You can put my name anywhere on it. I said, I don't care. I want you to do this. I said, because I believe in your product. Like, I believe, when you get with people and you see them doing it, you believe in it. And I
Yes.
will rock with you. Like, that's just the thing. I'm always happy for somebody else. I'm
Yeah.
always genuinely want people to succeed because again, why not? It takes more energy to be upset and angry and mad than it does to be happy and smile. Like, what are you mad
Yes.
about? You know what I'm saying?
What you angry for?
You angry for? That's
Yes.
why when you see me, I'm always smiling. I mean, I don't know.
Wait,
You feel
and you
better.
are. And the funny thing, y'all, I'm telling y'all, we just Dior met within the last maybe months, weeks
Yeah.
or so. I would say 4 to 6 weeks at the most.
Yeah.
And I've never, from the time I've seen her to now, always the same, always bubbly, always laughing. We have a good time. And the
Every
thing
time.
about it is, what I love is that your spirit is so genuine. And so when you had that accident, God knew that I'm gonna leave you here because number one, your heart is right. And when you get with people, you're not trying to take from them, you're adding value,
Right.
And so I love that, that energy is contagious, but it also makes you want to, when you hear your story, think about what it is that you're doing. How can you make what you're doing better? How can you expand it? How can you connect with people? Like you said, your friend said that we're one connection away from being a multi-billionaire. It only takes one person.
It just takes one person.
You got to be open and receptive.
You do. And so, like, it's so funny because I always tell people walking in your truth, like, and that's like part of my story. So a lot of people don't know, okay, I was in an abusive relationship. Okay, I almost lost. Now, let me tell you something. You know what? As I think about it, I lost my life, almost lost my life in that relationship. But then it was a story behind that. And so as I began to, you kind of, now that you are going through, it's one thing to say, oh, I understand what you've been through. And it's another thing to actually go through it. And so I look at all of these different situations, right, as a stepping stone. Now, I was sick for a long time, but I didn't get better until I got what I needed out that situation. And so sometimes we are in these situations. Now I'm not talking about like domestic violence or what have you, but sometimes I'm talking about just life situations.
Right.
We are in situations because sometimes we are blindsided about what it is we need to get from the situation. And what I needed to get was, I needed to understand that I have these things in front of me to be healthy. I had those red flags, but because maybe pride or I don't want people to know what I'm going through is, or I got myself in this predicament that I didn't come out of the situation like I needed to come out, right? And so that's why I always tell people, it's one thing to look good and to walk around as you look good, but it's another thing to look good and feel good and smell good. Because I always tell people, your presence when you enter into a room is what people see first. So I don't care how good you dressed up or how good you look, that aroma, if you are going through, people that has discernment can smell the filth. So like I call it, and this is what, so I call those.
Wait a minute. Honey, Dior drops Honey Wisdom with everything she says and does. Come on, she said.
I like that.
It's a woman of her word. Yes, come on. I'm telling you, that right there, if don't nobody get, I mean, now listen, she didn't say a whole lot that y'all better have gotten. But if you don't get anything else, that right there about your presence and how people perceive you, when you stink ugly acting, look, it messes everything else up. I don't care how you could be from the rooter to the tutor, you could
all
be
the way down.
All the way down. You hear me? From the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Okay. But if the attitude is stank, it messes everything else up.
And see, those I call them STDs. And so
let
me tell you why I call them STDs. Listen,
I meant to ask you, I was giving this because I got it written down. I was like, let me tell her to talk about STD. Come
look,
on, God. Yes.
STDs are stinking thinking disorders. Okay. So people that have those STDs, it comes out of you. So like I always tell them when I did this conference and they were talking about their heroes and superwoman. And I told them, how can you be a superwoman if you are internally smelling funky? I said, how can you be a help to anybody else if you don't have yourself together? How can you be a superwoman when you don't even take the time for yourself to be a better individual? So like I'm here. Like I know that you have to internally self heal and just like internalize mentally and spiritually and take that time and get some honey in your life. But I mean, you got to do
Yes.
those things.
And the honey in this case represents sweetness. You've got to have some
Listen,
sweetness. You've got to, as women, you know what? You know, for women, we always want to be boss chicks, and there's nothing wrong with that. Trust
it's
and believe, because
nothing.
I believe in being a boss woman, but
Yes,
you also need to embrace your femininity. God created
yes,
us to be feminine, to have that sweetness, to have that softness, to have that something about yourself that
yes.
was smooth. Because y'all know when you get it, let me add another thing for the honey benefit, baby. If you burn your hand, you can get a little honey and put it
You
on you
know it.
with an antiseptic, and it
Yes.
helps to soothe that burn.
And
So that just lets you know the properties of honey, whether you put it on your lips or whether you put it on your exterior,
oh, your
it's
exterior,
going to help the whole game.
the
So don't
whole body.
underestimate getting yourself together. Don't underestimate the power
Don't.
of healing your body. That's why baby Dior is getting this award, honey, for excellence in health, because she is giving it to us, y'all. She's giving it to us. I love it. Baby, as somebody tell I love it. Yes, STDs, thinking disorder,
Yes,
honey. And there's plenty
yes.
of people that we know that have it. They walk around and they want to act like they SHIT don't stink. And baby,
And they do,
everybody
honey.
smell it. Everybody
Listen,
smell it.
everybody's, and so it was so funny because at the SEC championship, right? It was one of the Alpha brothers, and so he came, and so my older brother was there, right? And so they already know, okay, that's his sister. So he came, and so I'm so used to. It's so funny how you say, you gotta be feminine, you gotta stay in your life. I'm so used to when you give a handshake, you give a firm handshake, you this, right? So it was so funny because he shook my hand. He said, "Now, are you trying to be stronger than me, or are you gonna be the feminine?" I said, "Well, let's do this handshake one more time, brother." And so I had to, "Oh, how you doing?" But it made me right. But it made me think like you do have to know when to stay in your lane. Like all these guys
When
are like,
to
"You're not
play
gonna
your
live nothing out here."
position.
Like, what are
Yes.
you doing? So
When to
yeah,
play your position. What you say? I'm not a linebacker trying to go out here and take
right.
somebody out.
And so that made me think like you are right. Like he said, you the queen. So why are you trying to lift this and move? I said, you know what? Let me just sit back then and let y'all do this. Okay. So
You got
yeah, look,
You got it.
trying to tell you.
Right. Piano said, honey, know your role.
Right.
Absolutely. So
Know your
listen,
role.
understand that Queen Luxe Honey Bee has given us some truth tonight. She has talked to us about utilizing honey in multiple ways, and it's talking about health and wellness.
Yes.
Health and wellness, whether you're talking about taking it internally, putting it with something else to help to strengthen your immune system or your
Yes.
body, to give you the energy that you need, whether you're talking about taking honey and allowing it to attract people to you that can help you to take your business to the next level.
Right.
Whether you're talking about taking honey and allowing it to, mentally stimulate you so you can show your femininity and really kind of, draw people in and be that salve and be that thing that they need. That honey can represent you. Even hearing the word honey, you should start thinking, because, we laugh at Jasmine all the time. For those of y'all who don't know, in the SheEO district, Jasmine D. Millhouse,
Right.
her voice is smooth like honey.
Smooth like honey, ain't
Oh, honey, what make you want her to be read? Look, I want you to
Listen.
read the alphabet. Just say
Okay.
all the letters, girl. It sound beautiful. Look, I don't care that you say the alphabet. You just sound good.
Just
'cause you
sound
say it,
good
right?
saying it.
Sound good saying it. It's
Right.
power in the sweetness of the honey. The
It
honey can be
is.
sweet, but it can be strong. It can be powerful. So baby, they had the right one doing that. They have the right one representing Queen Luxe Honey Bee. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I'm so um, honored to have the opportunity to really even hear what you're talking about, because your story is so intriguing, and it is something that I think people need to tap into and listen. For everybody who listens to this broadcast, make sure you guys reach out to Dior for they got what is it, holiday honey boxes, or what is
Oh yeah, the Lux holiday
it?
boxes. Oh, let me see. Can I show you one? 1 second.
Look, see,
Look,
that's
y'all
what
know
I'm
I
talking
be
about. Hey, when
nosy.
you was ready to promote their product, I love it because Dior, honey, is all on top of it, and being able to give this to your family, for Christmas presents. We're coming on the holidays. Oh, ooh, look at there, the holiday packaging. I'm telling you, everything about them is just screams premium, screams. Look at there. Oh, that's
Oh, look
nice.
at this. So this is one of our newly. You see the gold shimmer in
Oh, that gold shimmer is hot. Oh, I like it.
there? Mm.
Holiday vibes for sure.
Y'all know this is
Ooh.
my favorite. This is the turmeric. Let me say this real fast. So, I do a turmeric, ginger, cinnamon honey, right? And
Mhm.
so, you know that, let's say you don't necessarily want to take the honey, you know that you can get in the shower, open up your pores, and rub the honey and make a paste on your body. And it helps with the inflammation and helps relax you because it's getting into your bloodstream a lot faster. I just want to drop that little nugget. But anyway, let me tell you what else
Look,
is in my box.
we are not talking. Look, I'm gonna cut Dior's camera and her mic off because she is. Look, just shut up there. Look. What Kiki Shepherd used to do like this. Put it on top of the head. Look. Turn on out. Hey, Piano said Dior stays ready.
Look, you got to. You have to stay above the power curve because if you don't, you will be left behind.
But listen, again, it speaks to it. And I'm gonna just tell y'all that for anybody who is in business, and y'all know for the SheEO district, we talk about business. You right? Okay.
Right.
Dior is really giving us a lesson in that if you're going to do something, know what you need to know all the way. Don't just know the surface stuff about your business, but
Right.
really get down in there and understand, because for some people, they may be like, well, I'm not really a honey fan. I don't really like the taste of honey. Dior said, get in there and girl, get the shower hot, get your pores open, and then rub it in there so you can absorb it into your skin. Because you may not like the taste, but then listen, you're gonna have
Makes
some
your
good
skin so
soft
smooth.
skin. You're gonna have
Mhm.
some good principles that you're gonna be receiving from health benefits because
Mhm.
it's soaking into your
And
pores.
it brightens
So,
up your skin too.
oh, y'all better come on and get the brightener, baby, because ain't nothing like something. Did y'all see the shimmer shine? Listen, rub some of that on your shoulders, girl. When they bend down, they're gonna be like, oh, you smell so sweet.
Let me tell you.
And
So we have a honey oil as well, and so when you put it on your skin, it just makes you feel so good. And the scrub, girl, we got a whole lot. I
listen,
don't even know
who
what to tell
knew?
you.
Listen, I was just gonna tell you, I thought Dior was just gonna be talking about, the few things that I knew. She has opened up the whole scheme of things. Listen, she is changing the game for real. Dior, please tell people how they can get in contact with you, where they can find out more
Okay.
information about all of the products and things that you all have.
Okay, so if you're on Facebook, I'm Truth Honey Dior. That's Truth Honey together and then Dior. Or you can go to the fan page and that's Truth Honey. I am also on Instagram at the page, PAGE of Truth, TRUTH Honey. You can also call us. Why I didn't know that you can use it on your skin. Yeah, girl, you can use it on your skin. You
You
can
know what I'm saying?
also you can also call us at 1-800-461-4355. You can also go to our website at www.truthhoney.com.
Yeah, listen, everybody who is on here, whether you catch it now, you catch the replay, Dior's phone, the emails, the messages, the texts, everything should be going off, huh? Like ding, 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 ding. This is what we know, because this is a gift that keeps on giving. When you can help somebody to heal, when you can help somebody to, change how they view their business, when you can talk to somebody about not just being a brand, but being a premium luxe brand, because that is taking you to that next level. That is separating you from people who do business as usual.
Right.
And up here in the SheEO district, babe, we're not doing business as usual. We are changing the game. And that's why, Dior being here, being honored for this amazing award is really just showing you that you got to recognize people for where they are and how they're showing up with their craft. And she is the epitome of a business owner who is out here making a difference. Somebody says, do you plan on making a honey skin bar?
So let me just tell this person that is asking this.
Look,
wait a minute. Hey, love, I can't. Okay, so listen, let me just say this. So the Luxe Queen Honey Bee is getting ready to come out with the Luxe Queen Honeybee line. And so in that honeybee line, there's going to have the Luxe Queen Honey Foderos. It's going to have the oils. It's going to have the scrubs. So I already have scrubs and oils and soaps. And so we're going to create this line for you. So now the honey skin bar is a really good idea. And so let me tell you, I'm going to do a launch party of all of this stuff, and everybody's going to be welcome to come out and support. And this is going to be so amazing. So yeah, girl, I got all of that.
All of that, honey. Listen, I didn't even throw my little idea out there for honey. So listen, so everybody's like, baby, we is all going to be in the honey business. Look, this is all of ours.
Yes.
Facebook is all our business.
It's all yours.
Yes, honey, for everybody. Look, everybody's getting a piece of the honey business, right? Yes.
Right.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm never going to go to the grocery store and look at honey the same. I'm going to be like, girl, yes, I got some, but listen. We go on, honey, to Dior and get all of what she has available.
And let me just say this, though. If you guys have this plastic, so y'all know me, okay? If you have plastic bottles of honey, I want you, and it's nothing because I do honey. This is just a little learning moment. I want you to throw that plastic bottle away. And here's why. Why are you laughing? Here's why. Let me tell you why. Because plastic has bacteria. In that, if your honey crystallizes, correct, the crystallization will begin to form like this. You see in the bottle, it's crystallizing, right? Because it's cold, maybe in the house or whatever. And so if you are trying to decrystallize your honey, what are you going to do? Warm the plastic bottle up in the microwave? If you did that, then that bacteria, which is called leaching, is getting into your body because that's getting into your honey. So that is the reason why we chose glass bottles that are BPA free, because now you can sit this on your stove in your warm water and it return to its normal state. And now you're not wasting your money because now you done bought this plastic bottle. Now you can't use it because it's cold, and then you're going to throw it away. So
everybody, if you got I don't care. It don't have to be a mic, because we finna all drop something, because y'all know, girl, she just showed out with this one right here. Listen, so look, if you ain't got one, just put your hand up and just drop it like that, because that's a boy will drop the mic, right? You better get you some warm water and put it on the stove, baby, and let your stuff get back to the natural state that's meant to be in.
Right? Oh, you are a natural.
I absolutely love it. Listen, this has been so fun. I told Kelly 30 minutes, girl. We is on an hour, baby. If it weren't for nothing, we'll be here for another hour and a half or two, girl. But
I do want to thank you all and Kelly for giving me this award. Listen, you know how you just be working and you don't even be thinking about it. And she told me, girl, this is for you. And I'm sitting there like, for who, me? She told me, yeah. I said, oh my God, I'm just so humbled to be able to receive this award. I love all of you. Like, I've met all of you, and I love every last one of you guys. Like, this is like, y'all are my sisters forever. Look, okay? I'm so appreciative.
Yes, baby, we love you too. So listen, everybody, make sure y'all go to Dior's site. Make sure that you support her in some kind of way. Whether you deserve, honey, they saying, honey, you deserve it. Consider it done. Listen, I've been looking for it for years. So, hey, congratulations. All of the things, and I'm so grateful that everybody is tuned in because, it's hard to find genuine people.
It is.
And you are one of those people. And
so are you. Thank you.
Listen, y'all make sure because it's coming up on the holidays, and everybody needs a little honey in their life. They need a little sweetness.
It's the list. Y'all could click the link in my bio on Instagram or Facebook, or you can reach out if you want a special. One more. Look. I stay ready. Look, if you want to.
Let the church
special smaller box, if you just, something like that. If you want something special, okay, just one.
Out there, y'all see that? She's showing out there. Listen,
if it's big, small, medium, I got you. Just call me.
Call her.
Just call me.
Listen, calling. Y'all see P. Angela, I forgot to say she was saying up here that Dior called her, baby, and changed the game. So listen, I'm telling you, reach out, stay connected. Yeah. Make sure you follow her because this is just the beginning. If she's coming out with all these different lines, we all gonna be busting our heads next year, honey. Because listen, we're glowing up skin. Well, look, we're glowing. They're gonna be like, "Oh, girl, you glowing."
Just glowing.
It's the honey.
Mm-hmm. Get some drizzle in your life.
Come on, drizzle.
Drizzle a little bit.
Listen, let Dior, what would you like to leave the people with before we end the broadcast?
Listen, okay, so this is going to be short and sweet and quick. Okay, so I want you to remember that again, God creates your plan. You have to master your plan. When you master your plan and you have your faith and you put the action to it, you can succeed. All things are possible to them that believe. Okay. Exhale and inhale because it's just a season. Girl, I love y'all.
Oh, she ought to be ashamed of herself. Y'all see how she did that. Make sure you come out. If you have not registered for the SheEO conference, there's still time. Please come out so that you can meet Dior. We are going to do the award ceremony on Saturday night, which is December the 11th. Make sure you come out. Go to SheEOconference.com to get information. I'm going to run the video one more time so y'all can see, but Dior will be there. You get to meet her in person, live and in person. And I'm telling you, if y'all thought this was fun, meet her in person is that much more better. So thank you so much. I love you much. And
thank you. I love you much too.
All right, y'all. We will see you later. Listen, tune into the commercial.